I was about to report that it looked like the little free library was gone, because as I approached, I saw that it's not there anymore. It had been chained to that light post, and the chain is still there. But as I got nearer, I happened to spot that they seemed to have moved it, and now they have affixed it with string, or twine, or whatever this is. I wonder, I think I said something about this one, that I suspected it was illegal, because I don't think you're supposed to chain anything to a city light post. Certainly not for a year or 2 years, however long it had been there. So I wonder if they got rid of the Riot Act. I don't even suspect that it's allowed to be here either, on a public sidewalk. But I'm not gonna get anybody in trouble. Looks like some romance novels. That Christian book has been in this library for a long time. This is number 144584. Well, this doesn't look good. Big mess at the community refrigerator. Christmas tree ornaments smashed up. Other things. Nothing there. Nothing there. I guess some people left some clothes or some random household stuff. Kind of a mess. I don't know how long this has been like this. The Winter Garden Theater got rid of its long dead payphones. What they left a TTY behind.
I'll take them with me. 109, excuse me.
I could be wrong about this, but there is a rule, in the American with Disabilities Act that says once a TTY has been installed at a location, it cannot be removed. I don't know if that's why it's still there, but I've noticed that the number of times that a payphone disappears but the TTY remains. Winter Garden, right on Broadway. Yeah, Broadway. This passage has been closed for now since COVID. And that's really unfortunate, because this is one of the coolest passages around in Midtown. It starts at the 7th Avenue, 49th Street, NW station, NWR. And this passage gets you all the way from 7th Avenue to 5th Avenue. It's completely underground. And back in its day, it was there was some interesting artworks all along the hallways and everything. I wonder if they're ever going to reopen this. But keep it in mind, someday this will be open again, and if you need to get a long way, on a rainy day, this was the boss way to do it. This is one of the areas I used to sit for lunch or whatever when I worked at the Time Life building, which is that one. That was my first big job in what they called new media, or also known as the internet. I worked at Sports Illustrated, and oh, how the mighty have fallen in that once esteemed publication. There were headlines a couple of weeks ago about how what's left of Sports Illustrated, they laid off the entire staff. 75 or 80 people were left. But that Sports Illustrated today has nothing to do with the publication that used to come out of this building. It's not Time Inc, which it was. SI was part of Time Inc. Time Inc. I don't even think exists anymore, except maybe they sell some of those old Time Life books or some of that stuff. But Time Inc. is not Time Life. This used to be the Time Life building. I don't think it even has a name anymore. And things change, you know. That's fine with me. But here's where I used to get lunch once in a while. Yeah, so this is the front of the old Time Life building. Yeah, the building itself is all the same, but everything about the front is different. The fountains are gone. There was the artwork up right about here called, I think it was called Cube Curved, or Curve Cubed, or something like that, by William Crovello. I wonder what they did with that. And that, let's see, over above that very tall window, I don't know if you can see it the way I'm seeing it, but I'll just zoom in on that was my ridiculously huge office. Like above the, you see the curtains in the 2-floor window? It was above that. And that office was like the size of my first 3 apartments in New York combined. It's probably still bigger than them. And I don't mean to sound like I'm bragging, because I thought it was ridiculous. And this was my view, though. I had a nice view to Radio City. But I was never really comfortable in that enormous office. It made no sense. We did nothing. We did nothing to deserve all of that. It was their way of competing with the .coms and the, what was it called? The stock options. We didn't really get those the way the startups did, so. And they didn't have fat salaries to offer us, so they gave us big offices, and I don't know, that was about it. I actually did get stock options at some point, and it was a pretty generous helping. But that was before AOL came along and bought the company. And once that happened, those options were worthless. I mean, not immediately, but in time they became absolutely worthless. If AOL had not bought the company, and I held on to those options for like 5 years, I'd probably be pretty wealthy. But that's not how it worked out, and that's fine with me. Let's see if this thing works. It does not, and it has not worked for maybe 3 months now. Didn't expect it to. I do think the one at Flushing Main Street might be back in business, though. Oops. I sent an email to PTS asking them to fix all this shit, but I don't think they listen to me anymore. Why would they? Some new stickers, some new graffiti. I don't remember that from before. And Tone Tank, I don't remember that either.
The time is 11:52, Old War Track 19.
This, of course, is Penn Station, where we have dial tone. But I don't think I'm going to be able to make a local call.
1206 trying to Huntington.
Because the coins continue to just go straight
Farmer
through.
Sales, Kew Gardens, Jamaica, Flow Park, New Hyde Park, Mineola, Westbury, Hicksville, St. Osage, Cold Spring Harbor, and Huntington, track 18. Farmer Sales at Kew Gardens, customer she was born in one of the first 6 cars to platform.
I'm not even going to try anything. I mean, you can reach toll-free numbers and that kind of thing, but I'm not in a mood for that right now. Yeah, I remember the Park Cafe. This was where I would regularly meet up with friends who were visiting New York from out of town. I don't know how long it's been closed, but I think it's been a while. The Astro was another go-to place for me. Or as I called it, the asshole. That's over on 6th Avenue, if it still exists at all. So many things change, but this place was weird too because it didn't actually have a bathroom. You had to go exit through the back and go into the hotel next door and use their bathroom. Yeah, that's the door you had to go through. Oh wait, no it isn't. No it isn't. I saw that exit sign. Where they tore this place up. This looks like some old signage got uncovered. The Benash Bar. I'll have to look that up. But I love when like a place goes out of business and uncovered when they remove their signage, it reveals the old signage from a previous establishment. But maybe I'm totally off base. Maybe Benash was a recent entity. I'll have to figure this out. Yeah, I don't remember this type of signage. I think I remember a modern grocery store being in here, but I don't remember this type of signage. And over there you see the Fallout Shelter sign. They were supposed to be getting rid of those a number of years ago because they serve no useful purpose anymore. And they did tear a few of them down, but the problem seemed to be nobody knew who was actually responsible for them. Like the federal government put them there, but whatever entity or authority put them there no longer exists. But New York City was getting rid of these for a while, but I guess they abandoned that project. I mean, it's like you're not going to go into this basement of this building and find, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, or that's the sort of stuff you find in a fallout shelter. Would be like foodstuffs to get you through the nuclear winter. Trying to prove an interesting point about this station, which is, and maybe this is the only one of its kind in the system, I don't know, but both these trains are going downtown. They leave the station going completely different directions, but they're going the same direction. This is my Times Square subway hack. Instead of climbing all these stairs to get to the NW, I go down onto the 7 train platform, and this is one of 2 escalators that gets you there without stairs. Am I a hot date or what? I was gonna stash my payphone radio card in the hole where the payphone used to be, but there are a couple of people handing out flyers right where the payphones used to be. And I don't want to intrude on their serenity. I had the card ready and everything. And speaking of a little bit more subway trivia, Queensboro Plaza is, to the best of my knowledge, the only station in the system where you can switch from a letter train to a number train on the same platform. And by the way, the previous station where the downtown trains are going on opposite directions, that was the 7th Avenue, 53rd Street station. I discovered that one and was very, very confused by it in the moment. Because I was certain I was going the wrong direction, but I wasn't. I mean, it's explained by, if you look at the map, it's explained by the fact that both those trains are sort of turning. They're at their turning point. So they meet at the turning point, but they're both headed downtown. Well, I'm not going to lie, that phone logo got my attention. That's the classic look of a payphone sign that you'd see hanging up above a payphone. I'll probably give that number a call later. I become kind of bored with these sort of things, but I'll give it a try. But I'll do it. I don't like calling toll-free numbers from my regular phone because your number is revealed to the toll-free number holder whether you want it to be or not. So I call from Skype, which gives out my payphone radio number as caller ID. So this old payphone stand is still here. And my payphone radio card is still in there. I think I put that in there like over a year ago. Shows you how much attention this thing's been getting. I guess that's still the old landline. This is on 30th Avenue, near just off of Steinway. I wonder where that landline goes to. I just realized, what am I thinking? It's one of the few things Link NYC is actually useful for, is calling phone numbers of places that you might not want calling you back. So let's call 855 SECRET-8 and see what awaits.
You've reached the Anonymous Box Secrets Hotline. To record a secret, press 1. To hear where you can find the physical Anonymous Box, Dropbox, and zines, press 2. To pick a secret to listen to, press 3 through 9.
I don't care who you share the secret with. I voted for Trump, and I plan on voting for him again. And if he doesn't want to leave the White House at the end of 2024, I'm all for that too. Woo, woo. And when I was a kid, never mind.
You've reached the Anonymous Box Secrets Hotline.
I've lost so much this year. Everything is downhill from here. I might as well not drink beer, but liquor, and drown myself in it.
You've reached the Anonymous Box Secrets Hotline. To record a...
Vestiges of the old apology line, where people solicit free content from other people and probably get arts grants for it. I was involved with Apology in the early 90s, and it was only years later that I became very disillusioned with it. It was hardly the first of its kind. And a bunch of other things. Don't get me started, but SECRET-8. I remember actually when I saw that, I thought this sounds like they're going to be soliciting your deep dark secrets, and that's what it is. Give it a call, I guess. And what do I see up ahead or overhead? It's an old telephone exchange name. LOngacre 1. 8010. And this laundromat's been closed for quite a while. I'm surprised the sign is still here. But fewer and fewer of those around, those old telephone exchange name numbers. What am I being so cynical about? Let's see what else there's here. What else is on here?
You've reached the Anonymous Box Secrets Hotline. To record a secret, press 1. To hear where you can find the physical Anonymous Box Dropbox and...
So I know this is going to make me sound like an asshole, and it's because I am one, and I don't know. It just, yeah. So I've cheated on basically every partner I've ever had, and it's been an issue for me for a long time where, I don't know, it just like, I just feel the compulsion to do it, and I don't know why. And so finally I decided that maybe I just needed to be poly or to like have an open relationship and that would be fine. But now I'm in one, and my partner sees other people, and they think that I'm just not seeing anybody right now. But I'm actually talking to a bunch of people because I get off. I'm cheating. That does it for me, and it's just like a high. And yeah, I'm an asshole.
Anonymous Box Secrets Hotline. To record...
I'm not what I would call a hardcore conservative. I didn't vote for Trump because I'm not crazy, but, you know, I've got conservative values. I think men should be men and women should be women, and I like that my wife and my children respect me. I think we shouldn't be giving handouts to every lazy person who wants it, and I don't want anybody taking my guns. But I will admit that there's one specific way that I'm a bit jealous of the libs, which is my wife is never going to have a threesome with me. Ain't never going to happen. And I kind of wish it would.
You've reached the Anonymous Box Secrets Hotline.
Is that I am a terrible snoop, and that if you leave your journal out, I'm gonna read it, and that if you leave your phone a lot, and your text messages. That's my secret.
You've reached the Anonymous Box Secrets Hotline.
So this is really juvenile, which I guess is appropriate because I was about 12, I think, when this happened. And I was at the school trip where we went out to the lake or something, and we were having a picnic, and so we had all the picnic stuff, hot dogs and lemonade and things like that. And there was this kid there that I hated his guts. I don't know, he was always a dick to me. And finally, and I can't even remember what he said to me, but he said something that pissed me off so much that I ended up taking his cup of lemonade, and I took it behind a tree, and I just pissed at it. And then I put it right back next to him without him noticing. And just the glee that I felt when I saw him drink that drink, it's just something I'm never going to experience again.
You've reached the Anonymous Box.
So I'm a history teacher by day, but the thing that I'm really into is Ren Fair, which honestly is kind of a secret in and of itself. But the thing that I do at Ren Fair is I play a courtesan of that era. And last year when I was there was this guy who seemed to really be into my character. And he ended up offering me some money to come back to his place and to keep up the whole courtesan act and to be a courtesan with him. And not gonna lie, living on teacher salary kind of sucks, and I could use some extra money, and so I did it. I went to his house in my costume, and I was a courtesan for a night in my period clothes. And he paid me a fuck ton of money to do it, and I would do it again.
So I pressed 2 on the thing and was directed to this spot on 38th Street where you can leave your written secret, I guess. Oh, that's the card on which you're supposed to leave your secret. I won't take that. I'll take the zine though, I guess. Who doesn't love a good zine in the year of 2024? Issue 5. Well, tell you what, I don't miss my time spent on the apology line, but I did keep the magazines. It's on the other side. I wonder how long they're going to get away with clamping this thing to a city pole. I think this video starts with one of the little free libraries that looked like it had to relocate because it was chained to a city street pole. Looks like they don't have a web presence.